AMCU says that 7 of its members were attacked at Sibanye's Beatrix gold mine today. This raising fears that until now the peaceful strike in the sector may have turned violent. Now the National Union of Mine Workers has however been consulting with its members on new proposals made by gold producers, that in a bid to reach a deal. Let's get the latest on this. We've got Peter Bailey, National Officer Bearer at NUM, joining us at the desk. Thanks for joining us today, Peter.
Thank you for having
So let's start off on the new offer coming through from the Chamber today. So they have presented a new offer to the gold sector. What is that offer?
Unfortunately, we can't speak figures, but yes, there is a new offer on the table. We had a session with the negotiating team, which is representative of branch leadership in the respective regions. We've sent them back with the new offer on the table. They are now consulting members, and as soon as we get feedback by later in the evening, we will know whether members have accepted or rejected the offer.
Is it an offer that you think is likely to be passed?
It's an offer that we think is sellable. And is worth taking back to members. Let them take the decision whether they accept or reject.
Still in the double digits though?
I'm not going to talk figures because I think it would be premature. I think it would be very irresponsible to do that. Members have not had the opportunity to take a decision on that, and until then you'll have to hold your horses a little.
Yeah, okay, well we are waiting for that, but in the meantime we have had separate agreements with Pan-African and Village Main Reef, and that around the 8% mark. So tell us about NUM making separate agreements with the smaller gold miners and why you've settled in the single digit mark.
I think something must be clarified. We don't take decisions at a national office. Members give us their demands. We just communicate these demands and motivate and negotiate them. Ultimately, when an offer comes through that seems acceptable to sell to members or to take back to test a mandate, members took a decision and said, look, given the circumstances of the environment, given the fact that we can't afford a strike, and a number of elements are taken into consideration. Then members give a mandate and say, look, we can live with this offer.
It almost seems like members understand that potentially jobs would be on the line if they had to go for higher wage asks.
Our members are not as naive as many would like them to be. Yes, certainly, they take all these things into cognizance.
I'm just talking specifically at these mines. Was that the case?
Not only in these mines. All NUM members take certain factors into cognizance. That is why when they give us a mandate, which to sign an agreement, even if that mandate is below the initial demand that they put on the table, certain elements have been taken into consideration, yes.
Now, we understand that there's been, according to AMCU, a breakout in violence at Sibanye. Are you aware of this? Has this got anything to do with the turf wars? We've been talking about it?
I don't want to get into that debate about a turf war because there has never been a turf war. No, we're not aware of that. Everybody has hailed the strike as the most disciplined and the most dignified strike that they've come across ever since it started. Naturally, you would find that people would try to tarnish it for their own personal interest or benefits. We are not aware of that. The industry has not discussed that with us. We have not had any calls from the mine itself to confirm this.
And just lastly, if you could just clarify in terms of the number of mines that we are seeing strikes at, is it across the entire mining sector right now? Because there have been reports that only 1/3 of the mine shafts are affected.
It's all the mines that belong to the Chamber of Mines, with the exception that they are not 100% out where AMCU is in majority. But the more than 80,000, plus minus 80, 90,000 of our members are on strike at the moment in the gold.